the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the ATL, once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
And he went from being the surprise pick of the first round to the full-time starter late in the season, and now he has a chance to take this team to new heights starting in 2025. Really was impressed with him down the stretch, going head-to-head with Jaden Daniels in a huge game. Now he could be their franchise quarterback for the next 10 years.
2nd and 5. A play fake. Now Penix. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. That one deep for London. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And what a career resurgence for Baker Mayfield. He went from being a discarded starter to a Pro Bowl quarterback. And he's coming off a year where he set career highs in passing yards, touchdowns, and completion percentage. But best of all, the ultimate leader for his ball club.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
Mayfield's pass.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Buccaneers.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. In motion right, Evans. Mayfield looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 47 yards.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. In the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got to set.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards
on the play. And the Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job of the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll go play action here with Penix. And it's caught. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Falcons.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get into pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Robinson. is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Operating from the gun, Penix. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great play there with an amazing diving catch. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They'll start on the ground with Irvin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. And a Buccaneer first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area and disrupt.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Jalen Walker.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
The last run went so well for them, maybe they should have just handed it off right here, too. Instead, the quarterback ends up keeping it, and the defense is right on it and wipes away the yardage gained on the last snap.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
Quick throw, finding Mike Evans.
Mayfield's pass.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
3rd down and 6.
To throw, Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters' blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
They'll throw with Penix.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for a Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
To the air, Penix. Short throw, caught by Pitts.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard. We're down to the 31. He's brought down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Penix.
Over the middle, now it's caught by McLeod. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking to throw, Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Now Penix.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Michael Penix
from 17 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score, Falcons.
So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And a nice play on the end of it, an 18-yard touchdown run.
Bradley Pinion.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
15. First down, Buccaneers.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, also a first down. There was a great article in the paper yesterday about how he likes to run angry. Plays like that, you can feel it, can't you?
As long as he doesn't drive angry, we're okay. Because when he's on the field, that anger works for him. It fuels him, it powers him. And the end result runs like that.
And that's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and 3.
From the gun, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Mayfield.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 48-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Buccaneers.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
And looking to throw, Penix. Looking deep here for Mooney.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Boy, that that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Penix working out of the gun here. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw again is Penix. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's another Falcons.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. They'll set up a throw. This will be caught at about the 6. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts
It's a gain of 4.
as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Now a shotgun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A bad 3rd down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field now that you've turned it over and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on 4th down. Now they lose it. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the 2nd half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this 3rd quarter of play. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Buccaneers offense and their running back, Bucky Irving, getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far.
And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line.
89 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the first down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
Mayfield on play action.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons 16. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there. Relied on the big guys up front and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
Mayfield to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up first and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And he's got it. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up second and goal.
Irving. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. In motion left, Godwin.
Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
Buccaneers.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in the second half as we are about to get underway. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be first down Atlanta.
It's a gain of 2.
And Randy, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Falcons first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Robinson up the middle. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on second down.
Levante David in on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
Got an open man. It's McLeod. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll go play action here with Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Back to the ground with Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Here's second and 8. Looking middle, and that's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Well, we saw him score on the ground earlier in the ball game. This time, the defense says not so fast.
Yeah, that's good scouting and good awareness, isn't it? Because you always have to be wary of him keeping it himself, especially in this part of the field. Because if he doesn't like what he sees, you know he'll take off and try and go for it himself.
Certainly some pressure here on Younghoe Koo. This to get the lead up to 4. Koo knocks this one through the post. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Quick throw there. He was incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And 3rd and 8 now.
I know it was a gain, But you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
They'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here.
They had a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The punt team and Vernon out there as he gets this one away. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Can't see. Tackled back at the 35-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down.
Here's Penix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. And it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
That's another Falcons.
Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.